What are we going to find in this old logging town area? Come on along and let's find out.
A little collar of some type. What a cool piece of history. Beautiful crotal bell. It does sort of fit right there, doesn't it? Found overalls buckle. Yet another. An oxen shoe.
All right, everybody, welcome to History in the Hand. We got another episode. I got my digging dog Mac with me, and today we are snooping around this area that was settled when a sawmill was put along the stream down here. Now, this is the original road of 1799 right behind me. It used to travel right in front of that house, and sadly, I believe that was a hotel. Sadly, it was bulldozed down into the yard, so the entire lawn has been buried now. Well, that's unfortunate, but a lot of things happened. A hotel burned down here. There was a school, which is just across the way. So we're going to check out the area. Most of the buildings are gone or overgrown with pretty high goldenrod and stuff like that. But we're still going to look around. Let's see what we can find. Come on along, see if we can get some history in our hand.
All right, Mackie, let's see what we can find, okay? All right, find the metal. Go find the metal. Go find it. Wow. All right. I would venture a guess that this was the front plate of a lock. That says Champion 6-lever. What a cool piece of history. I'll do some research, see if we can figure out an approximate age on this, but that is cool. On to the next. What an awesome first hole. Found ourselves a piece of old horse tack right here. Don't know how long it's been laying here. It's nice to hold a little piece of history right in the hand. That is cool. On to the next. Look, Mackie. We found something we don't know what it is. Don't eat it. Go swim. Go swim. Go on. Go in the creek. And are you ready for this? I'll bet I found the biggest pull tab ever. Ta-da! I think this is from the top of a Pringles can. And when they first came out in the 70s, their slogan was Pringles Newfangled Potato Chips. Second one of these that I have found. No idea what they are. Okay, still deeper. It's kind of a jumpy signal, but I like the tone, so I'm going to dig it. Well, if you've watched any of my other videos, and hopefully you have subscribed and seen them, you know darn well that anytime I'm digging around an old 1800s site, that we always find a rusty hinge. And so here is the rusty hinge. This looks very old, so I think this is a strap hinge that was hand forged. Pretty cool. All right, we found our rusty hinge. Now all that's missing is the all of the seeded quarters and half dollars. If this were brass, I would think that it was a shoe buckle. However, because it's made of iron, I am guessing that this was part of a buckle for a horse harness, but I can't really be sure. It does sort of fit right there, doesn't it? Because of my love affair with Indian head pennies, I can hardly walk by an upper 60s signal if it's kind of clean. I just can't help myself. Well, hardly an Indian head penny, but we've got ourselves another iron buckle. Cool little piece of history right there. What do you think, Mac? He looks generally disinterested. On to the next. Yeah, good boy, Mackie. It's hot, isn't it? I can't go lay in the creek like you do. Our second rusty hinge. So, judging by all the iron that's in the ground here, old nails, nuts, bolts, etc., I'm thinking there were some sheds here Well, continuing with our livestock theme, here is an oxen shoe. So ox shoes look like they look like an apostrophe because oxen are basically just cows, and they have split feet. So they would have to put the shoes on each side of their foot so they didn't damage them. They skidded logs with oxen, and right down this valley there are some agricultural fields. So I'm not surprised we're finding that here. Cool piece of history. And in general, oxen were used prior to workhorses, and for a time simultaneously. But horses were a lot faster to work with. So that's just a bit of history. Another big piece of what probably was a long strap hinge off one of the doors. I have not been finding any seated Liberty half dollars, but that's not why we're here. We're here to get some history in our hands. So let's keep going. I have dug a plug as big as a barrel lid because I had a very thin, very deep signal here, and it's nice and clean. All right, I'm going to keep on digging, and we'll see. I'll check up with you in a minute. We'll see what we got. Do you see what I see? That thin, solid tone was worth digging for. And again, this is in keeping with our livestock theme. Beautiful crotal bell, buried, 10 inches down. And it looks to me like the little loop broke off. I don't see the normal markings on this one. There's no number on it or anything, but oh my gosh, that's beautiful. I'm glad we could find this together. That's cool. Merry Christmas, everybody. Found a shotgun brass, high brass actually, from back in the paper shell days, and this one is actually a 16 gauge. Got ourselves a little collar of some type, but that's a cool piece of history. Primarily, we have just spent our time right here in this small area. So I'm going to work my way down along the lawn and then down to the stream so Mac can get a little bit of a break. We'll see what we can find on the way. That's a cool little find. Found overalls buckle. That's kind of cool. Right here in the lawn. Well, that was a clear tone. That was a door latch. Wow. Pretty cool. Brass. Fancy. I think we may have found where an outhouse may have been. Yet another identical. There could have been twin outhouses here. It's possible that there was a his and hers outhouse, because I have been told by old timers that this building was a hotel. So this could have been a his and hers outhouse. That is lead. And oh my goodness. Don't really know what that would have been. It's angled. Like it might have, who knows? Wow, that is heavy. Whew. Wow. Got a high tone. Oh my goodness, this is just a big old wad cutter bullet. Wow. That's seen a lot in its day. It's not too hard for me to imagine that the guys were shooting off the back porch of the hotel a lot in the old days. Didn't say there was a saloon here, but I can't imagine there wasn't. Well, it is very hot today, and I kind of wish I was a dog. Mac is just chilling out in the creek and clouding up the water a little bit, but that's all right. This is a cool. It's a really cool spot. So I think I'm going to call it a day. I'm drenched with sweat, and as you can see, ew. But thanks for coming along. We'll lay out, once we get back to the truck, I'll lay out what we've got, and we can take a look at what we found for the day. All right, Mackie, let's take a look at what we got here. It was an interesting day. We found one coin, but we did find latches, both left hand and right hand, for what I believe was a double outhouse. The twist-on thing, two of these items, and I don't know what they were. One modern corner, Champion 6-lever lock plate, beautiful Crodal bell without a number, but a beautiful ringer. We found overalls latch, and we found a 16 gauge shotgun shell, a bunch of bullet shells, a bunch of bullets, found a matchbox car, and this very old lead ball bullet. I think that was a piece of buckshot. And then this stuff was all in the area where I think they kept the horses. Found an ox shoe, a couple of buckles, possibly an axle collar, don't know, and this pulley. And then there's all the junk, including this 2-pound lead object, bunch of cut nails and stuff. So that was it for today. Thanks for coming along. Really appreciate it if you made it this far. Why don't you just go ahead and subscribe? That way you can join me on other adventures, trying to make entertaining videos and educational ones where we can learn some stuff. And we got a great opportunity here. So until next time, remember, if you're not looking for it, you're not going to find it. I'll see you next time on History in the Hand.